This story. I want to talk a little bit more about those SpaceX earnings. So let's bring in Matt Maley, who's Chief Market Strategist at Miller Tabak & Co. Great to see you again, Matt. So the stock dropped despite revenue beating expectation. Doesn't Wall Street believe the growth story yet?
Well, they're certainly nervous about it, but we also have, another issue that's involved here with this, the unlocking of the ability to sell for some of these insiders who've been holding on to stock and have large gains. But there are this whole story that you guys were just talking about when it comes to capex. I mean, their capex spend for the first half of this year of over $28 billion. I mean, that's almost as much as they raised in the IPO. So this has really ramped up a lot more than people were thinking, and it raises the concerns about what kind of free cash flow will they have, not just over the rest of this year or the next year or so, for a couple of years. So it does. As you were just talking about, the long-term, very long-term prospects still remain very good, and of course, people betting against Elon Musk has not been a profitable venture over the years. But with this situation where some of these lockups will be coming offline literally tomorrow, people are a little bit scared, or investors are a little bit scared to step to the plate and purchase stock right now.
I mean, there is, as you say, this big chunk of insider shares becoming sellable this week, right after the earnings report. Are investors really about to cash out before the market's even worked out what SpaceX is really worth?
Well, one of the things, I mean, like I said, there's like over $100 billion worth of stock that will be available for sale. Now, like you say, I can't imagine these insiders who've worked for the company for all these years are going to sell all of their shares. But at the same time, you can't blame them for selling some of their shares, and it may be well into the billions here. I mean, they literally have 20 times, they've made 20 times their money. Not 20%, 20 times their money. Yeah. So to take a little bit off the table makes sense. So I can understand with this concerns over the capex spending that the buyers are holding off. So in other words, what's happening today isn't so much that people are dumping the stock. I think that the buyers are taking, pulling back, and they want to see how things really react after this, this source of supply hits the market before they step to the plate and buy some more.
Oh, Matt Maley, we have to leave it there. I had so much to ask you. We'll have to save it for next time. Matt Maley, thanks very much.
No problem.